Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am going to show you how to stop your Sims 2 crashing that is based upon memory allocation issues. A lot of people on Windows 10 in particular have mentioned that they have begun to experience random crashing in the last number of months. This is due to a Windows update bug, which was introduced, which caused your let's try that again. Your very funny memory, your standby memory to not be allocated properly, using up all your free memory. When your free memory would be used up, your game would crash. So, we're going to learn how to do that. I'm doing that live with some of my patrons now. And this will go up on YouTube later for those of you guys watching later on. I'm going to transition to my desktop here to show you the process. So, the first step is to make sure that you have the 4 gig patch applied. The 4 gig patch is something that I wrote about in 2011, and all of these links will be in the description box below, as well as in a pinned comment. So scroll down below for those links. Now, many of you already have the 4 gig patch applied, but basically the short of it is that The Sims 2 is a 32-bit game, which came out in 2004. We are now in 2018. And most of us are playing on 64-bit systems now. What we need to do is make the game large address aware. If you already know about this, don't skip ahead, because your patch, even if you have already applied it, may not be working. I'll show you how to fix that. The first step is to head to Garden of Shadows here, Google how I stop my Sims 2 game from crashing, or click the link in the comments below. Over here, it will take you to the Sims 3 page, giving you the information as it applies to the Sims 3. The same thing can be done for the Sims 2. Essentially, you go to the NT Cores homepage here. You can either download the Explorer suite. I'll tell you the advantages of doing that. Or you can go to Utilities. Scroll down to 4 gig patch. Download the patch, and it will show you how to quickly set your program to be large address aware. In other words, able to read more than 2 gigabytes of memory. Once you have done that, it's important to make sure that that is working and to check this from time to time. The way that you do that is, and I'm going to lower my chat window right now. There. The way that you do that is to go to your Sims 2, My Documents, EA Games folder. So, My Documents, EA Games, The Sims 2. Click your Logs folder. There will be a config file. Every time you open the game, this config file is updated. Double-click that file. It will say whatever your computer name is, config-log.txt. If you have the 4 gig patch applied, memory and free memory will read 4096. Now, because I wrote about the 4 gig patch in 2011, I had it applied for years. However, I recently discovered, with the help of gdayars, thank you so much, Gina, for your help. She is the one who discovered this, that it had not applied. If yours does not say this, and you know for certain that you have the 4 gig patch applied, this is how to fix it. Head on over to your computer. For me, it's Program Files 86. For you, it might be Program Files. You want to find your EA Games folder. You want to go to your highest expansion pack. For me, that is the Mansions and Gardens. I do not have the Ultimate Collection. For those of you with the Ultimate Collection, you may have to Google on how to apply the patch to the correct exe file. The Sims 2 exe is normally in this location. EA Games, The Sims 2 Mansion Garden Stuff, TS Bin folder, your TS Bin folder. If you have the patch is not working for you and you are not showing that you have 4096 memory, the fix is simple. Take your exe file, this file here, that will be in your TS Bin folder. Right click on it. Click Cut. Open your CS Bin folder. Paste it. Here's mine. Now open your game again. At that point, your patch should be applied. What was happening, for reasons unknown, is that some computer problems or issues would cause the patch to basically uninstall itself, not be working, the exe not be reading the patch. Simply moving it to this folder reset the exe and causes the patch to be read. Open your game, go to your logs file. Open your config and make sure that that number here says 4096. That's step one. The next step is to allocate your memory correctly. If we don't make sure the 4 gig patch is applied, all of the memory allocation that I'm about to do would make no difference. That is why it's very important to do that for the first step. Basically, when the game is running, as my game currently is, this is my neighborhood, Kettle Falls, that we are going to be playing in live simming today. When the game is open, as with any program, it will use up your memory. I have 16 megs of RAM. At this point, I want you to open up your task manager. Mine is already open down here. Go to performance. When I was crashing, you can see I'm using 11 gigs of RAM right here, 11.1 gigs of RAM. When I was crashing, I would check here in my performance tab and see that there was lots of free memory. So I thought it can't be a memory problem. It turns out that it actually was. Go to the resource monitor down here. Click it. We're going to open that up here. I actually have mine open already. Or do I? There we go. So you're going to come to a page that looks like this. Head over to the memory tab. At this point, you will see all of your available memory. What I saw when I first opened this was this blue area, standby, was very large over here. However, if you go back here, this open area is not, standby does not show up in this area. So let's say standby is all the way full. All it will show is the memory you're using, the green. If standby over here is all the way up here, it will still consider this to be free memory because the way programs are written, standby is meant to be able to swap easily in and out. However, for The Sims 2, and you can just see that my standby just reset, that's because of the fix I'm about to show you, because of the free memory here, it would look confusing. It would make you look like you have more memory than you actually do at your disposal. As you're playing, if you go back and look at this resource monitor regularly, you will see that you get less and less free available memory. When I was testing, I got down to 16 megs of memory, which led me to believe that when that free memory, that light blue, ran out, the game crashed. This is how you fix it. Before you apply the fix, you may want to double check and see what is eating your your standby memory. What's eating that? In Windows 10, there was an update that happened after the Windows 1607 version. There was an automatic Windows update in Windows 10, which caused a bug for Windows to not allocate your free memory and standby memory correctly. Lots of people in the Sims 2 community have been having problems with crashing due to this bug. Microsoft does know about it. As of this recording, April 15th, 2018, there is not yet a fix from Microsoft. The way that you find out what is eating your free memory is with a Microsoft program called RAM Map. Download the program, double-click the exe, and this window will open. Go to Processes. Sort by Standby. At the top, for me, what was eating my memory, I am on Windows 7, was a background program installed by AMD that ran the AMD Relive program, which was basically a program to record your gameplay. Once I uninstalled that program, my free memory from that program, the memory was freed up. For Windows 10 users, you might see a service that is being used here. Something here that is part of the Windows 10 background. Whatever it is that is eating your memory, if you don't need it, you can delete it. For Windows 10 users, you don't want to delete that. It'll stop your program, your desktop, your installation from working. So this is how to constantly free your memory. There is a Reddit post here which explains how to do so. The link will be in the comments below. You will download empty standby list. Download this program. Put it in a folder which you will not touch. Just put it in a folder somewhere on your drive. For me, I put it in my utilities area. I have a lot of different utilities here. I've just put it here. This is what the program looks like when you download it. Next, you're going to start a task. The directions are here, but I'll show you how to do it. For me, under Administrative Tools is one way to do it. You want to open Task Scheduler. If you can't find Task Scheduler, Google Open Task Scheduler, Windows 10 or 7. Create a task. Over here, name the task. Down here, following the directions, it will show you how to walk through the whole process of creating the task. It's not very hard. You're going to create a new trigger, telling the task to run every 5 minutes, indefinitely. You're going to create a new action, telling it to start a program. You'll browse over here to empty standby list in your utilities and open the program, adding the program in. Once you've done these easy steps here for doing so, at that point, head back over to your resource monitor. If you need to remember how to get there, start Task Manager, Performance tab, Resource Monitor. At that point, you will, if you watch for just a minute or two or a few minutes, you'll notice that your standby right there, as you just saw it with mine, is taken down to 0 again. Since implementing this fix, and I am a particularly high use or heavy use user, because I not only play the game, but I live stream the game at the same time, I have had no more crashes. Not one more crash. And I particularly had crashes when loading lots, when traveling to community lots, when there were a lot of Sims on the lot, between making sure the 4 gig patch is actually working and freeing up your standby memory. It has stopped my crashing due to memory issues. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, there will be a Mod the Sims thread link in the description and the comments below, in which this video will be posted and people will be talking about this issue, helping each other and making sure to apply the fix and reporting back on their successes. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. If you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I'll see you back here with more tips for Sims 2 whenever I run across them. And once again, I want to give many thanks to gdayars for finding the fix on fixing the 4 gig patch. And as always, thank you so much for watching.